Hello there, la 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 la. How are you? And please don't get insulted with my, you don't want to give your name, and I understand that completely. You said that you've got serious self-esteem image issues. Well, so do I. Much more when I'm off testosterone. As you might have gathered, I've been off my testosterone since I've been on YouTube. My first video on YouTube, I think, was on the 26th of December, nearly 2 years ago. And I was supposed to have got my testosterone injection on the 16th or the 17th of December that year, and I missed the doctor's appointment, and it was coming up to Christmas, and it was the last time I could actually get it, even though I could have walked into a hospital in an emergency section and got the injection, because I have all the testosterone myself, and I can buy the needles myself. I have all the testosterone and the needles here with me, and I still have a year's supply. Some of the testosterone I've had for the last 2 years has gone off, so I can't use it anymore. But I have supplies to actually basically fix myself, essentially. But I'm the sort of person who really doesn't like pharmaceutical drugs. I just think that it's much better to have a good diet, whatever. But if you look at my face, I'm 33 now. I've looked like really young for most of my life, and now in the last few years I'm getting much more older looking, and I've always had blue under my eyes, and I think that's a sign of hormone imbalance anyway. The overtiredness, and stuff like that. It's very hard for people like you who don't know if you're XXY or not. Now let me just explain that I can't give you examples, I'm sorry about that, but it's not just XXYs. There's millions of types of human beings on this planet, and because I go on about intersexness, most people just don't like that word. They don't like that association with XXY or Klinefelter syndrome or Turner syndrome. They don't really like intersex being included in that. But the reality is that if we're going to believe in science, and XY is going to be male and XX is going to be female, then XXY surely isn't male or female. And that's my point. And also, I don't see male attributes in most XXYs. I mean, I see a little bit of male attributes, yeah, but I also see female attributes. Anyway, so, my views are probably highly controversial these days, and since I've been on the internet, because I do have a different opinion to most other people. Okay, so back to you now, right? I'm apprehensive about meeting up with many XXYs and many people who have the same symptoms as XXYs do. Your genetics might not be XXY, and that might be disappointing to you, because it is lovely to find out that you are something, and so you can deal with it. When you don't know what's wrong with you, like many people in this world, they go to their doctors and try and find out what's wrong with them, and they don't get any answers, and they're years and years and years trying to discover what is wrong with me, what can I do to fix myself, and they generally, a lot of people don't get those answers. And so I was lucky, and many of the XXYs who have got diagnosed as being XXY are lucky. You seem to be not so lucky, but the fact that your doctor does listen to you, you are lucky on that level. I would go to your doctor and ask your doctor to do a karyotype, KAROTYPE, and that will, I don't know the ins and outs of it. I'm not a science head. I'm more the social counselling end of all this area. I couldn't give you scientific facts and stuff like that. I'm more, as many other XXYs would like to consider my opinions as just opinions and not facts, that's fair enough. I think that many of my opinions will end up being fact in the future, but right now we're just reluctant to venture into the unknown, basically. Yeah. Most people want to continue to believe that it's just males and females on this planet, and I just totally disagree with that. Totally disagree. I mean, identity is horrible. To identify as something that's not recognised by society is horrible. And yeah, what's your other points? I do waffle a lot, so please forgive me there. That's the way I am. Yeah. Don't worry about your doctor thinking that you're a nutcase. I think it's better safe than sorry. I mean, test yourself out for lots of things. And you said that your hormone levels came back normal. I think we haven't yet discovered the diversities of XXYs, because most XXYs are shy to bits, and scared and worried and nervous and paranoid and all sorts of that sort of stuff. And it really comes down to the self-esteem problems that you have, that I have. I mean, nearly everybody has self-esteem problems, but some people can act better than others. Some of the most beautiful, stereotypically beautiful people in the world are extremely sensitive and lacking in self-esteem, but they just have the luckiness, I suppose, of having a stereotypically good-looking face and body and, whatever. Right? You get my drift, hopefully. Yeah, you're right that the earlier testosterone treatment has started, the more of an effect it can have on the quality of life, of course. Not people who aren't XXY also take testosterone. There's a couple of, other types of human out there that take testosterone and they're not XXY, and it helps them greatly, and it's really about fitting in, isn't it? We just want to fit in, The unfortunate thing is I know that I'll never fit in to what we call normal society. I'll just never will, because I'm just really an individual with my own head and my own thoughts. And one thing that Graham from New Zealand, another XXY, you should watch his videos. But he's kind of he said a few times in his videos that that I can't back up my opinions with fact. For a start, I could, but I couldn't be arsed. Research and stuff to get facts to back up my opinions. I mean, Jesus. We all have our opinions, in this life. And if you can tell me that a scientist with letters after his name can say blah 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 just because he's got letters after his name, it's just a joke. I'm sorry. I think everybody's opinion is important. Every little. Takes one drop to start a waterfall. I've always liked that, and so all those drops together make a beautiful waterfall. So I think we should all express our opinions, and maybe in the future those opinions will be put together and we'll make a big fact out of it. And you feel like your puberty has been stopped midway, like a 14 to 15-year-old boy almost. You say, God knows I sound and look like one. Yeah. It's hard, isn't it? Again, it's about fitting in. You want to fit in, and if you are 22 and you're acting and looking like a 14, 15-year-old, which I did as well. When I was 22, I looked 15 too. When I was 25, I looked 17. Every 5 years, I went up 2 years. And when I was 29, I started to get older looking, and so that's 4 or 5 years ago, and now I've got wrinkles all over the place. I do smoke though, so I'd say that's a lot to do with it, and also the stress of having lived most of my life in you know, thinking what I do think, and then the last few years meeting other XXYs who have completely other opinions, and unfortunately those ones with other opinions are, you know, I don't even want to insult them, so I won't. But I was only going to insult them with saying, you know, on the lines of, you know, they just really think that their opinion is higher than mine. So I think that's mad. But that is one of my things in life, that it's with certain types of people I'm really not taken seriously, and the people that don't take me seriously are the people who I find are very ignorant, or big heads, you know. Anyway, coming to the end of the video now. Said I'd do a video response to your letters, and they're not very thorough, and I hope I haven't wasted 11 minutes of your life with this video, but you know, we could meet if you want. Ciao.